Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to Bleach Manga Chapter 649, live reaction, feck off, live reaction and review, the theatre suicide scene 3. Oh my, and deep and heavy. Lillie does not look pleased. Blood is rising from his mouth. That guy is fucked. How cold? No, how could this be? He's dying already? No matter how much I flap my wings, I just keep moving further and further away from the surface. Well, of course, this is technically throwing ourselves into the water, you know. It's too late to be flapping now. But then again, I would understand why you would do something like that. After all, they do say that the moment you hit cold water, your resolution goes down along with your temperature. That's really just being selfish, though. There's a limit to how shameful one can get. A man makes a promise but doesn't keep it, and a woman that couldn't forget her love for him. Isn't that what it was? Oh, you're kidding! It's a spirit! It's a Zanpakuto spirit! Like the one for the anime! Oh! Sakuranosuke, it's been a long time. Onohana. Oh my god! Where's the other one? Onohana. Someone's getting over familiar. Rich coming from a master that only comes to play whenever he feels like it. Oh, come on, don't be so cold. Forgive me, Onohana. Oh, I can't believe she's actually here. I can't believe Kubo actually drew her. Oh! Now I wasn't crazy for thinking that Pepe could have brought out Zenbo and Sakura. Oh, look, your kimono's all torn up. Well, this is what happens when you walk around wearing something that belongs to another woman. Wait, what? How unsightly. You're pretty mean, as usual. I might be mean. Oh yeah, the other one didn't speak, did she? I'm starting to consider that's canon now. I might be mean, but I'm still your sword. I've taken every whim and fancy of yours, and I've sworn to be by your side till the end. No? Who are you talking to? Oh, greatness, Lillie. Did you really think that you'd won this, and that you could kill me? As if something like a Shinigami's Bankai could kill me. Oh my. The cruelty of a woman's love that goes unknown to a man. And what shines at the end of the tunnel is the white thread that symbolizes the regret. The least I can do for you is to cut that thread. That unsightly regret circling around you. This will be the end, the last stage. Thread cutting, oh my god. Scissors on a blooded throat. Whoa! You're kidding! Lillie's dead? Wait. Shunsui? Oh, there we are. Oh. Just like in the anime. To think that I'd get the chance to sleep on your lap, bankaiing once in a while might be good, huh? Whoa. Does that mean his bankai has 2 stages then? Well, it would make sense, since I have the theory that Ichigo's bankai has 2 stages. Well, technically 3, the third being the combination of his sword. I'd rather acknowledge that now than wait till the end, the bitter end. It was a joke. This is the one eye I have left, you know. We look the same, and are both so strange. But either way, at least we've won. Oh? What's wrong? You're being very docile today. Oh, shush already. Oh, Nana, I... What? I told you so. I told you so. Just when the curtains are about to close, a counterattack comes. What the frig is that? Sorry about that, I wasn't expecting steam. Shinigami's Bankai isn't something that could kill me, a messenger of God. Whoa. Okay, be right back. When um, I wasn't making reviews of Bleach, it was way before Grammy's time. Um, Rukia's Bonkai happened, and I was watching for Netherworld's at the time. Well, I was watching a load, but for Netherworld's review is what is the point I'm getting across here. When the chapter after her Bonkai activation came and we saw her, he thought, and I'll admit I thought as well, that Rukia's Bonkai looked exactly like her Zanpakuto spirit. And for Never had the idea, I don't think it was in a review though, now that I think about it. But it was either in a review or a post. It was probably a post on Facebook. But either way, he said somewhere that her Bonkai is yeah, I said that, like, the filler arc of the Sanpakuto Tales was kind of like foreshadowing, if that makes sense. Honestly, I thought that was a stretch, and to be perfectly honest, I don't really know, um, how the thing goes, and if Kubo and it had any direct influence when it came down to the filler, um, i.e. the Sanpakuto tail arc. The only one that I knew that he had a direct influence as far as characters goes is the Bound arc, where he drew, I forgot his name, the leader of the Bounce. That's the only direct influence I know. But either way, it's bloody amazing to see the Sanpakuto, to see Katen Kikotsu, the older form in flesh. So her name is Onha, so this gives us a bit of a differentiation when it comes to the two. Because I literally went on Wiki and I was just like, okay, what's her name? Is there a different name, like... But no, it was just like, the same. They were like both there on the Wiki side, so I was like, oh, okay. And it's so cool, just like, I'm on the Bleach Wiki, and to see, like, anime introduction episode 230, and then the manga 249, and then, like, the bloody paragraph on her being in the Thousand Year Blood War. That's just amazing. That is just amazing, and perfectly honest, whether if Kubo planned it from the beginning, like, I suppose it's kind of like a stretch when it comes down to Bleach, because you just never know. And, like, planned stuff seems like a bit too coincidental. But at the same time, you just can't help but wonder. I mean, yeah, Kubo has done some good foreshadowing, rather. I.e. that being with, Kain, well, before we obviously knew that it was Kain, again, I'm going for the anime here, where, like, Byakuya was like, oh, yes, he looks exactly like him. And I was just like, what? And then, that episode came, and I was like, oh, that's what he meant. Yeah, I'm just segueing, but, it kind of has a point. But, yeah, that just sounds like I'm kind of bashing Kubo. But either way, whether it was planned or not, again, I'm going for the planned section, is so amazing, because I've always had this, like, fascination to see the Sanpakuto spirits come out, especially so, again, like, you probably heard, if you watched my live reaction when Pepper was versing Byakuya, then you know what I was thinking, or rather said, rather. But yeah, I'm actually quite giddy, and this chapter it was actually a big improvement to last week's chapter. I will admit it might be because Oda is here, but I don't really give a damn, to be perfectly honest. It's amazing. It really is amazing, and yeah. What actually surprised me, though, is the fact that Lillie was able to uh come back. Which begs the question, like, he probably, changed his form. But if he can't change his form willingly, i.e., to break out of the stages that the Bankai put him in, maybe he has to be killed in order to regenerate like this. Like, what I'm saying is that there may be a certain amount of times where he can resurrect himself. Like, maybe it's only 3 times he can resurrect himself because, like, Lillie can be killed, like, obviously. But the question now is like, how far does his immortality reach? Because, like, immortality isn't eternal. I mean, like, it isn't true and all that. Um, which, it's kind of weird now that I think about it. Looking back on it, Juha did the same thing when he was version Ichibe. And I had the oh god, I really don't hope that's the case. Oh good god, I'm not going to say anything because I would spoil what I'm doing for something. I'm not going to segue. But, yeah. I don't hope for that. You're probably knowing what I'm hinting at, but I don't hope that'll happen because if that's the case, then there'll be no reason to resurrect the other Styrmitters. Because again, I'm hoping for a form of resurrection. Because as things go, like, there's nothing left of Juha's sleeve, and I doubt that, I don't know, that a full-on battle with everyone may be entertaining, but I highly doubt it. It all depends how it's done. But yeah. While the chapter was, well, it wasn't simplistic. It was intense. The beginning was intense with, what, Lillie was saying, and then, we just get this wonderful moment of his Zanpakuto spirit appearing. Now, yeah, like, it wasn't impossible that the Zanpakuto spirit would appear. I'm not saying that, it's just that I didn't expect Kubo to do something like this. Especially so, because now I'm just like, oh god, will we see Zabimaru in, well, yeah, female and kid form, Because that would be just so cool. I know it won't happen, but yeah, I have the anime series for that. Because again, that one was the shit. By the way, Lillie is getting more and more interesting by the minute. I ain't gonna lie. His powers, but to be perfectly honest, I'm trying not to think of a possible past for him. Because I don't want to hold on to something that will never happen because again, when I mentioned so and so, I was just like, I shouldn't have done that. Because the problem is, it's not a case of what I said not possibly happen. It's the case of the backstory not happening overall. Now again, if Kubo is going to do a backstory eventually, why not just do it at the beginning? At the not at the beginning of the battle, at the beginning of the end of the battle. That's what I'm trying to say. So why not just do that at the end of the battle, so we get more content into that character instead of saving it to like the last minute. Because so far, Perndina and Lillie need backstories, and we've lost Perndina since and now we may lose Lillie. But so far, that's a bit of a stretch, since he's coming back like the fucking menacing skull ghost. But yeah, either way, I really enjoyed this chapter. 8 out of 10. Improvement from last week. Liked seeing the Zanpakuto spirit appear. Loving Shunsui's Bankai all the more because of that. Although I'm really hoping to see the little form. Because that was my favourite, even though she didn't speak a single bloody word. And yeah, Lillie is getting more interesting. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I'll see you next week.